Okay everyone, I'm now going to show you how to set up the UltraClick theme on your website. I hope you've already downloaded the UltraClick theme, you have already set up your domain name, the jobs related domain name, put up WordPress hosting on that domain name, and you also have installed the UltraClick theme on your website. Now I'm going to show you how to use the UltraClick theme, and I'm also going to give you some very specific tricks that are going to increase your CTR and take it through the roof. So let's begin. Now this is the dashboard of your website, okay? Now after you have installed the UltraClick theme, you are going to see this menu here called UltraClick on the left panel. You are going to click on this panel and this is going to take you to this page where you would be able to change the settings of your theme. The first option is general site options and the second option is AdSense options. I'm going to go over both of them because you need both of them. So click on this plus button here and that is going to take you to UltraClick subtheme. Now for our purposes, even though there are a couple of different sub-themes available here, actually 5 of them, we are not going to play around with these. We are simply going to stick with either this one or this one. Now you can actually go ahead and do this one and this one as well, the second one and the last one as well. But I personally prefer the third one and the fourth one because these tend to give the highest CTR, okay? So click on either this radio button or this radio button. Now if you click on this radio button, you actually have the option of uploading a header on your website. So if you do that, you simply have to scroll down, and if you want to put some text in your site header, you can put that text in here. If you want to put some image in your site header, you can simply click on choose file, and from there you can upload an image to your site header. It's very, very simple. And if you're choosing this radio button, then you don't have to do this because this does not have a image header area on the website. So you don't have to worry about this. So that's it. It's very simple. Now, after you have done this, you simply have to scroll down. And now I need to tell you this, that there are different color schemes available on this specific theme. So if you want, you can actually override the default color scheme. But that's not recommended. I mean, you can try that out. You can play around with those things, but that's totally not required. So we're going to scroll down here. And if you want to remove the footer link that says theme powered by UltraClick or something like that, you can click on this and that's going to remove the footer link as well. Now, that's for this area. Now we are going to go over the AdSense options. The first option is disable ad serving. Now I need to tell you, if you don't have any content yet on your website, but you are just trying to figure out how your ads look on your website and you are actually putting in the ad codes inside the theme, it is a good idea to disable ad serving in the beginning because that would minimize the risk of fraud clicks. Okay, but if you have content on your website already and then you are putting up your AdSense codes, then you don't need to worry about this. So and the second area is hide ads from specific referrers. Now I have a separate course for this, and I have talked about this in another course. If you are aware of what you're doing, you can actually go around and play with this box. You can actually hide ads from specific referrers, low paying ads. If you don't want them to appear on your website, you can block them here and you can just mention the URLs and those ads would not appear on your website. So I'm not going to talk about that here. The next option is AdSense 160 by 600 code. Now this is where the fun begins. Now if you are an AdSense user, you would know that there is a code called 160 by 600. You can actually create an AdSense code with those specifications. So create a 160 by 600 advertisement code from your AdSense panel. Okay. Now it's better to have text only ads, and I'm not talking about those media ads where you get pictures and text as well. Don't do that. Simply stick to text ads. Create a text ad with the size of 160 by 600 and take the code and paste it in this box. Okay. Now, after you have done that, the next option is 336 by 280 code. Okay. Now, even though this says 336 by 280, which is actually a rectangular box, you are not going to paste 336 by 280 code in here. Okay. I repeat, you are not going to paste this code here. Obviously, you can do that, but this is the trick that I'm going to be showing you. You are going to copy this code once again, this 160 by 600 code once again, and you are going to paste that same code in here, okay? What that does is, on your website, you would have 2 different ad codes, but since both of them have 160 by 600 size, your entire website would have a lot of ads, okay? Now, you're not breaking any terms of service of Google Adsense. you are simply increasing the real estate that your AdSense ads are taking up on your website. This is going to take your CTR through the roof, trust me. So that's the trick that I was talking about. Fill up both of these boxes with 160 by 600 code, okay? And then scroll down. Now, if you want to put up this header ad 728 by 90, you can do that. I don't usually do this. And I actually omit this one as well. I don't use this one as well. If you want, you can use them. Now, after you have done them, you're going to scroll down and you're going to come to the ad layouts area. Here, you would have the option of rotating your advertisements. Now, what kind of rotation your ads are going to get would depend on the checkboxes that you select here, okay? The green areas, as you can see here, are the ad areas, and the grayed areas are the content areas. So if you check this box, then every time a user comes to your website, he would see ads in this specific format. And if you check both of these boxes, then the ads are going to change positions from the first one to the second one every time the page is refreshed or a second user comes in. Now, if you ask me, I don't check all the boxes, okay? I just leave all of them blank, and I am simply concerned about this one here, this one, this third one from the left, and also the third one from the right. These are the two boxes that I check. What that does is, these advertisements rotate from the left to the right once they are on the left side of the content, and then again they are on the right side of the content. What that does is that prevents advertisement blindness, and that is why we are using this theme. Otherwise, you could have used any other theme that allows you to use AdSense. But this theme allows you to rotate your advertisements, which is very, very important. Now, since I have already told you that we are going to be using 160 by 600 codes, as you can see here, this box here, this green box here, this is supposed to be a rectangular piece of advertisement. But since you have replaced that with a 160 by 600 code, this is going to be a vertical piece of advertisement. And there are actually going to be two vertical advertisements, one on top of the other. Okay, two advertisements, one stacked above the other. And then when you enable the ad rotation by checking on these boxes, the left column of your website is going to be filled up with ads and the right column is going to be filled up with content. Once again, after the advertisement has rotated, because you have checked this box as well, the right column is going to be advertisements and the left column is going to be content. That is going to increase your CTR. Now, in another lecture, I'm going to be talking about how to create content on your website, and you're going to be creating content in a very, very specific way, not in paragraphs, okay? You're going to be creating small snippets of text. What that does is, that actually matches the formatting of AdSense ads. Your text is going to match the format of the AdSense ads, and people are going to click on the AdSense ads thinking that those are content as well. Now, once again, you are not breaking AdSense TOS. I know it is not a good idea to blend ads with your content in such a way that the ads, look like they are part of the content. But here you are not doing that. Here what you're doing is you are actually making your content look like ads. Okay? You're going the other way around, and that takes your CTR through the roof. And this is totally not against AdSense TOS. If you are not sure about doing this, simply go to google.com. Google AdSense policies, read those policies, and you would know that what I'm talking about is totally doable. You can actually do this. You can even send your site for verification and have someone from Google AdSense check your website, and trust me, they're going to tell you that whatever you're doing is perfectly fine. So you're going to check these two boxes, the first one here and the second one here in the ad layouts area, and obviously you are also going to put the 160 by 600 code in both this box and this box. That is going to do all the magic for you. So that's pretty much it. Install the theme and then come to the AdSense layouts area and make these changes. Now, after you have made these changes, you have to scroll down and you can click on this button that says Save Changes, and that is going to save the changes on your website. After you have hit the Save Changes button, you don't actually need to come back and play around with these settings again. You simply need to focus on content, because every time you put in content, every time you create a page, your page is going to have advertisements in this specific format because you've done it already, okay? So that's the beauty of it. You do not need to reposition your advertisements every time you put up some new content. And that's pretty much it. Now, there are a lot of different options here. For example, you can track your advertisement channels, and you can check the performance of each ads. You can do that if you want. You can put up the different IDs, the roadblock layout ID and the channel ID, the channel IDs for each of those ad blocks into these boxes, and that is going to tell you which ads are performing better. But as I have already told you, you are going to be doing the 160 by 600 ads, and you are just going to be rotating them from the left to the right. And in that case, you don't need to even check for the channel IDs and check for performance of those ads. Those ads are going to perform just fine, because when people scroll down, they are just looking for content on your website. And remember, this is a job related website, so they are looking for more jobs. They scroll down to the bottom of the website, and every time they scroll down to the bottom of the website, unlike other websites where there are blank white areas, there is absolutely no advertisements to accompany the content. In this case, when people scroll down to the bottom of the website, they would also see advertisements. So your advertisements and your content are going to be a big chunk of content, okay? And people are going to keep clicking on your ads, because this is very highly targeted traffic that we are going to be driving to our website. And I will be talking about the traffic part in another lecture. For now, I just wanted to talk about how to use the UltraClick theme, and that's how you do it. It's very, very simple. You install it, and then you put up the 160 by 600 codes. You enable the advertisement rotation in the ad layouts area, and then you scroll down and hit the Save Changes button, okay? This button. And that's it. Thank you. I will be seeing you again in my next lecture, where I will be talking about how to set up the content on your website and a few other important things. Thanks again.